Today I'm going to show you the chase build I love to use on Springtrap. This setup shuts down loops faster, limits survivor mind games, and forces way more predictable movements. And I'll show you exactly how it plays out in real matches. Let's get into the perks. Quick disclaimer, you'll need perks from Clown and Spirit for this build, so make sure you've got those unlocked. This is a full chase and anti-loop build using Bamboozle, Enduring, Spirit Fury, and Brutal Strength. Starting with Bamboozle, this perk is considered meta for a reason. It increases your value speed by 15% and blocks the window you vault for 16 seconds. This completely shuts down strong window loops and forces survivors to leave the tile or commit to a dead end. A lot of the time they'll panic, double back, or hesitate, which lets you close distance fast. Once that window is gone, the chase becomes very one-dimensional. At that point, you either catch up for the hit or throw the axe and secure the down. The next three perks all synergize together. Enduring reduces pallet stun duration by 50%, Brutal Strength lets you break pallets faster by 20%, and Spirit Fury punishes survivors for relying on stuns. So throughout the match, Enduring and Brutal Strength are active constantly, letting you chew through pallets quickly. Even if you get stunned, it barely slows you down. After breaking 2 pallets, Spirit Fury activates. The next pallet a survivor drops on you is instantly destroyed by the entity, and because Enduring is still active, you're back in chase almost immediately. A lot of survivors don't expect Spirit Fury, so they'll stay close to the pallets to taunt or to try to mind game you. Instead, the pallet disappears, and you're right there for the hit. This build removes safety for survivors, removes hesitation of which way to mind game, and forces survivors to keep running, which is exactly where Springtrap excels with these perks. Now let's watch these perks in action. Here we find a Yui we are chasing, and she teabags at the window, so we're going to follow after her, activating Bamboozle on that window, so now it's blocked. She's only able to loop around the opposite side of Shack, but she doesn't know that yet. She thinks she's going to loop me around Shack for a long time. However, once she goes for that window, she realizes Bamboozle is activated, and we down her. Here we are chasing after Lara Croft. She stuns us with the pallet, but with Spirit Fury, the entity destroys that pallet, and we are able to close that distance and down Lara Croft. We begin to chase Yui again. She's gonna stun me with the pallet, and that's okay. I can break it, but she already has one hit, so I'm gonna try to go for the other hit. We get the hit, and now we can break the pallet, get one part of Spirit Fury. And even though we have Brutal Strength to break pallets faster, it still might be better to avoid breaking the pallet. Just like in general, just like in normal DBD, you wanna know when to break the pallet and when to go around the pallet. Lara's trying to loop us again. She drops it. We break it with Brutal Strength. She tries to blind us, but we are too quick for her. Without Brutal Strength, she might have been able to escape. We might have taken longer to break that pallet, but we are successful. This Yu and Lara really gave me a hard time, but luckily they're idiots. And this Lara luckily brought me right back to Yui to down her for the last time. Now it's a good thing I didn't break this pallet earlier, because I already have Spirit Fury activated, and it serves as a barrier for the survivors, slowing them down, which helps me get the hit here. So because those perks helped us in the early game, everything kind of snowballs towards the end of the match, because they're already on 2 hooks. We don't really need a mind game all that much, we just need to down them no matter what. So we can M1, special power, anything to get them down and get the hook. The last guy was on 2 hooks, but he beat me to the hatch. What are you going to do? Okay, now that you've seen some examples in a match, here's more of a full match with these perks. If you're playing Springtrap, make sure you utilize all of his special power abilities. Use the doors. I try to go to the one that's furthest from me, or the one with the most generators around it. In this instance, we already found someone who was working on this generator, but they went around Shack. It's another Lara Croft. She was gonna go for the window, she fake vaulted it, then she does actually go for it. We bamboozle it. She can't use it. We break this pallet. We get Spirit Fury. Then she tries to go for the window again, but she can't, so she tries to go for another tile. And you'll see how this ends up for her. We mind game a little bit. Not very much. And then we get to her before she can down the pallet. Thankfully, we were close enough to the basement where we can get the hook. And looks like we found Daryl as well. Daryl goes through the window, we bamboozle the window. He doesn't immediately try to go for the window vault again, but we get Spirit Fury here too again. Now it's fully activated. Next pallet he drops on us will be destroyed by the entity. Bamboozle the window again. Just in case. You never know if they're going to try to loop it, but they don't, we get that axe hit. And we get a hook. And we find some survivors again working on the same generator we looked at earlier. We get the hit. They down it. We already have Spirit Fury, so we're not going to break the pallet. We're going to check the generator once more. And I was hearing someone, but I couldn't tell where it was coming from. But I decided to leave it alone and not tunnel vision that generator over there. But we did find Lara again. This is a pallet we have to break. She blinds us. She stuns us with the pallet, but she didn't know we had Spirit Fury. And we get her down. It's that simple, guys. Very easy for anyone to work with. Then we see a survivor over there, so we're going to hook Lara on this hook as we go find Daryl. Drops the pallet. We break the pallet. And we find him in a locker. Again, thankfully, he is very close to the shack with the basement hooks. And Michaela's already working on this generator. She tries to run, but she can't hide. She goes for another pallet. I'm praying she drops this pallet so we can activate our Spirit Fury again. Does she do it? Nope, because we are a little too fast. When you have Brutal Strength, Enduring, and Spirit Fury, you kind of want them to drop the pallet and stun you just so you can activate that Spirit Fury and end chases sooner later on in the game. But hey, whatever gets them down. And here, we got a lot of survivors around the basement because we've been hooking them down here. Get a hit on Daryl. Down Daryl. He trades hooks with Michaela. And that's the end for him. 2 survivors out, 2 gens to go. We needed 1 more Spirit Fury, so here we go. Now it's fully activated. And I heard someone back here. Wasn't sure quite where they were until... Yeah. And again, we were so close to the basement. Why not put them there? At this point, I just need to find Michaela. I think she couldn't be at this generator. Could she? Maybe she is. We'll see. And you are undetectable when you get out of the doors as Springtrap. You're undetectable for 20 seconds. And I hear Michaela. She's right here at the generator. She finishes it. But I down her. V abandons the game. And we Mori Michaela. That's GG's. It's that easy. You can see how these perks help in the early game, how they help snowball the match in your favor towards the end of the game for a 4K. Now, not all the matches are going to go in your favor like this one. Everybody managed to escape. It's higher MMR. Sometimes it's the map. You just got to practice and get better. So yeah, Springtrap can be way stronger in Chase than people give him credit for. A lot of people do think he's very buffed already as it is, but this build really shows it off. If you want more Springtrap builds or breakdowns of his add-ons next, let me know. Let me know if you want to see a different kind of build on Springtrap, and I'll see you in the fog.